I didn't even hear it in my ear.
Yeah, I know. I heard it in my ear.
But I felt it in my soul.
My
My It's my
Cheers.
Salute. Dude, I was wondering where freaking Fat Tony went to.
Fat Tony.
Yeah, Tony Santini. It's, what's it now?
What's what?
Tony's name now?
Crystal?
Something.
I don't know.
What's the matter with you, Tony? Huh? What's the matter with you?
Look, I get caught with Brad doing that to me a lot, sending me pictures of good-looking hot chicks, dude, and they turn out to be dudes. I'm like, look,
And then you always get the question.
You can dress anybody up, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then you got to wake up.
It's just how far
Dude,
the tuck goes.
I watched a video the other day on TikTok where this girl, her face is all, whatever, and her hair was all whatever, and then she starts putting all this makeup on, right? It was one of those.
I've seen that ugly chick, the ugly chick with the freaking teeth that come out. And
then, they do the makeup.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the problem. Okay, let's talk about this. Here's the problem.
Is that they don't always look like
so
that.
So you're going to go and you're going to go have some drinks and it's going to be a good time. And, you're going to be like, hey, let's go back to the apartment and watch a freaking movie and have some popcorn. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, a little bada bing and a little bada boom.
The teeth come out and the makeup comes off.
Well, no, then it's like, well, hey, do you want to sleep over? You're like, yeah, I'm going to sleep over. And then so you sleep over, and all of a sudden you wake up to this wild animal snoring and eating Cheetos right next to your ass with no makeup on, and you're like, whoa. How do you like that?
Kathy says Rocky has pics from Izzo he's not sharing. He doesn't need to share those.
No, dude, I'm about unity.
I'm about unity. All right. I threw my story in there tonight. I don't know
still
what
working
Rocky's
on
talking on.
I don't know either.
Thank you, son. I got this hoodie a couple years ago. It's 9-line apparel. Freaks.
Who?
I don't know. That's what Off Track called us. All right, guys.
Because he knows. Dude, that's representing. When you get called a freak, dude, that's like a compliment.
That's all right. Let's do it.
Man, I love you too, freak.
The cat cooler will never again be used in such a destructive way.
What? China surrendered, G.I. Joe. No more drop a cat cooler.
No coolers were harmed in the making of this ad, but the island is a total loss. Cat Coolers does not recommend dropping coolers from planes, but the video is really cool, and it's still illegal to smuggle a cat into New Mexico.
Journey into the matrix of the mind. Stretch your imagination and challenge reality. Abnormal realities are beacons for the imagination. What society deems abnormal may be more real than we think. This is Abnormal Realities with your hosts, Ron Phillips and Rocky Stucci.
Oh, there it is. The punch in the gut with the finger from Brother Filipio.
That is not what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
There we go. Didn't even notice. Hey, folks, what's going on? It is, I was going to say hump day, but it ain't.
It's not. That was yesterday.
It is yesterday. Hey, without saying too much, we just got to give a quick thanks to everybody.
Yep.
We broke a record still in process.
As of right now, correct.
We don't need to say how much or anything, but
yeah.
We have gotten the most amount of downloads since this show started July 5th. And it's today.
Since midnight last night.
Yep. So
from midnight last night till midnight tonight, we've already surpassed whatever that number is. But we thank you guys.
You guys are straight up badass.
And I want you to shout out.
Camden.
Yep.
All right. So I need some help. Serious meatball right here. We need some help. We got a friend. He goes by Robert Bird. I'm known to me as Birdman, known to Lisa as Birdman. He was the vice president of the Patriot Riders, the organization we had when we were up north. And he became not just a friend, he became a brother, and he is family to us. I guarantee you that if we called Birdman right now and we needed help, him and his boys would be right here in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So it's about a 3-hour drive. So his son Camden is going through some things and is in the hospital. Got a collapsed lung. They tried, inflating the lung with a single tube, and they can't. So they had to add a second tube, and they're trying to slowly. Now it's been 2 days. And that's really all I want to say. But he's a young kid.
We just need your prayers.
Yep,
and your good thoughts, please.
I need everybody to pray up, man,
Yep.
for Robert Bird and his entire family. So, brother, we love you. And, man, we're giving you a lot of good love right now because it's coming your way, brother. Feel the wave. Come on. Love you guys.
Feel the wave.
Rob Phillips, back to you.
Back to you, Rocky.
Back to you, Rocky. Okay.
No, actually, we had my son says, I had a collapsed lung once. I know how that is. Ooh. All right. Well, I don't want to know, son. All right.
I'm kind of interested.
My son been through a lot. He has. He's been through a lot, and it doesn't surprise me that he's had a collapsed lung.
All right. So let me ask you this.
I think he fell off of something. I think he did. I think he fell off of a ladder or something.
Ooh, that would suck.
It was a while back.
If you fell off a ladder, I just want you to know,
but there were people there to help him. Don't get me wrong. But do what?
I watch videos of people falling off ladders, and
it just hurts me to hear them hit the ground.
Or when people on skateboards and they like break stuff and their arm is like back there or whatever. So I want to ask you something. I mean, you talk about, your boy going through some shit, and me, everybody, you're not normal.
Everybody goes through
If you watch this show, there's something different about you. There's something unique. You know what I mean? It's a powerful thing. It's a really good thing. And so I don't say that sarcastically. I say that with fire and passion.
Mm-hmm.
So we've all had this weird journey in life. And when we go through this journey, I'm building a question up to you, brother, now.
All right.
When we have this weird journey in life, the entirety of the time we're having these experiences, we can't stand it. And it's always wise at us. And I ain't strong enough, or they're not helping me enough, or this is happening and that is happening. And you're feeling
we
all
can't
this pain
find the
and
answer
wrath.
to why we're going through it at that point.
Well, it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
So, and then throughout life and progression and evolution and you starting to get your shit together, you start changing. And now we're at this stage. You know what I mean? Do you believe that there was a divine plan, that it was absolutely, without a doubt, meant for you to absolutely feel that pain? And I'm going to give you an example. Earl Grey, our guest last night, if you didn't catch a show, get your asses over there. He is the state director of South California. And he said that
for MUFON.
Yeah. Yep. He said he had this experience. And it was that bright white light. Him and his wife saw it. He saw it. Then they both saw it. And when he went up and he said that experience now allows him to empathize with the clients that call him that are abductees or they're experiencers, right? So now instead of him just being a reporter and cold and just asking questions, there's a different sense of compassion and humanism in that behavior. So going back to the question, life's trials, tribulations, pains, addictions, violence, prison, whatever it may be, is that part of a divine plan?
It has to be. It does. It has to be. Everybody talks about the fact that you're in the place where you're supposed to be at all times, good or bad. You're where you're supposed to be. Now, do your decisions put you there? Yeah. Does your free will put you there? Yeah. But are you in the right place? Are you in the place you're supposed to be at any given time? I struggle with that.
Well, we don't want to realize that almost.
Correct.
It's almost a denial thing.
It is. I struggle with it because even as of right now, I struggle with where I'm at right now. Things going on just with illnesses and life in general, and decisions that are being made, every day, even decisions between Rocky and I and what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, like the fight we got in the other night.
We didn't get in a fight.
Well, in my mind, dude, it was pretty wild.
In your mind,
yeah.
We duked it out.
Yeah. Oh, I went home.
But it was really like, hey,
bro.
But no, I mean, I think we have to go through certain things before our eyes are opened. And then it just is frustrating because then you watch other people go through things where their eyes have been opened and they are successful. But what I realized as I got older is you can look at a movie star or a billionaire and realize that maybe money is not one of their problems like it is for me or for you or whoever, right?
Yeah. The money eliminates a lot of the
The
problems. they would
money
have
isn't
that
the
we have.
problem that they're experiencing. They're struggling with problems that you yourself probably can't even deal with because they're where they're supposed to be. Money isn't an issue for them. Get it. But the problems that they do have and the issues that they are up against, I mean, and here's an example, right? I always thought Robin Williams had his head screwed on right. But God bless him, he was struggling. His entire life, the dude was funny as shit, was a movie star, was rich, had all the money he needed, but he was struggling.
Yep.
And see, that's the thing you don't see.
Right. Well, no, it's not that we don't see, we don't look for it.
Maybe we don't look for it, but that's the thing is everybody is going through something.
You know, it's funny though, because if you actually did a study in regards to these huge comedians
Yeah.
behind the scenes, Jim Carrey, I used to love the dude before he got political.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before that, when I would follow him, you'd watch the shows that he did, but then you go behind the scenes and you listen to his lifestyle and the obsession of staring in front of a mirror for facial expressions. And
Yeah.
you go into a dark world to become something everybody else wants you to be. You get what I'm saying? And Mary made a profound point, and it's kind of this, Mary, this all goes together. So at the low stage and at the high stage, both of these are going to be relevant in regards to your comment, because she said not everything that happens to us is a lesson for us. Sometimes we play a part in the lessons of others.
Oh,
Now,
brilliant point.
you know,
Yep.
so if you combine just these two Goombas right here and the stupid shit we done, right? Do you realize the wealth of knowledge we are now? You know?
What he means is, as long as we learn from these dumbass mistakes, we can teach others or we can not have to make them again.
Did I screw up somewhere in there? Because in my brain it was coming out good.
Then again, sometimes we don't learn from our mistakes.
Well, okay, now that's debatable. Okay, the first time I did stupid shit, I knew it was wrong and I felt the pain of it and I felt the consequences of it, but you're dealing with two demons now, right?
Oh,
you're dealing
yep,
with the demon
yep.
of the consequence and the demon of the action, and which one has a prettier apple? You know what I mean?
Well, okay, yes. And the demon of the action is the one that got you to the demon of the consequence.
Absolutely.
The problem with the demon of the consequences is that you never want to see that one either. And so,
But you still do it.
and so you try to keep both those balls juggling in the
Dude,
air, and
that's
you
the craziest
and you
thing.
cannot get away from it.
Yeah, that's the craziest
One
thing.
of the two of them are going to get you.
One time, dude, I went to the hospital. I don't know if I overdosed or if I was detoxing too hard or what it was, but I went to I can't remember. But I came back, dude, from the hospital, knowing that I could have just died. And what do you think the first thing was that I did when I walked into my home? I went to my stash because I knew where they were hid. And I grabbed a freaking handful of OxyContin and I ate them like freaking Thanksgiving dinner. Seriously. So, you know, the action has a consequence. You just experienced the consequence, could have been life-threatening, but yet you still bite that effing apple. That's the craziest part about the human being, right? Because I know I empathize. You do it.
Yeah.
We've done things where we're like, we're effed
I mean, you
But I'm
hear
doing
people
it.
you hear people talk about hitting rock bottom all the time.
all the time.
But some people hit rock bottom and then realize, hell, they weren't even halfway down yet. You know what I'm saying?
Because in their reality of what they know, of what they understand,
Yep.
you know, they're everybody's world. And we each have our own compartment. And within our own compartment is millions of others compartments. That's every little aspect of our life. You know what I'm saying? Driving in a car is a compartment of yours. It's your time, your think space. It's,
Correct.
it's you know,
Yep.
it's where you do a lot of weird things. It's just, damn, man. It's just weird. So you're right. So you can have somebody who lived a very good life. And that's what we hope for everybody. We hope that you never have issues, that you grow up healthy, that you have a career that you love, that you live happy, you find someone you love, you poop out a couple kids and just have a really good life, you know? And people like that, they have a little tiny slip. And to them, what to us would be like, you'll be all right. It's the end of the world. Like they will lose their ever loving mind, right? So the more tragedy you face in life, the more experience you face in life with moments, it changes your entire dynamic of character and thought and reaction and everything.
I have a question.
I don't have an answer.
Well, you might.
Maybe.
Is anyone else experiencing this? And let me explain to you what I'm kind of going through right now. And this has just been, let's just say, since the beginning of 2020. I am experiencing, and I think it's a lot of it has to do with social media, this weird sensation.
Where? Where's the sensation at?
No, it's in my heart, probably in my mind, in my heart.
Psychic? I touched your heart.
Yeah, you did. This weird sensation that humanity is losing its ever-loving mind. Anybody else?
I don't see it.
I know it's social media for me, and look, and I get it. I mean, I understand why people do what they do, say what they say, but I have seen more videos and I have read more stories and I've heard more people tell me about other people who believe it's their business to tell you what your business should be. I don't know how else to put that. In other words, shut the hell up.
Oh!
Get away.
Damn it!
Get the hell away from me. Go do your thing and worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. You've seen that? Worry about, you need some help? No, I got it. I'm buckling it. You worry about yourself. Seriously. And the thing is that more people, because, man, I have gotten in rabbit holes on like YouTube or Reddit or something.
Oh, but then you get public opinion, pseudo academics.
It's watching people act a certain way in public where they believe that, number one, they don't have mental problems, or number two, that the way they're acting is going to somehow change the opinion of somebody else.
But they are the ones who tell us, especially you more than me, that we have mental problems.
And that's okay.
I love it.
Hey,
really?
To each his own or their own.
Thank you.
And that's the thing. For me, that's the thing that's been bugging me more than anything the last 2 years is watching society stumble and crumble. It's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Tagging on to that is what's real and what's not anymore.
Yep. That's it. That's the question.
Tell me where you can get good, solid information about anything anymore, and I'll show you where it's not real, or I'll show you how it's not solid. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you have people at the top level of their game, doctors, lawyers, government officials, people at the top level of their game, I mean, people who have done a lot more in their life than I have, who cannot agree, right, on specific things because they can't, one, talk to each other anymore because the other one has an opinion that doesn't matter. When you can't get answers like that, the world becomes, it just seems like it's falling apart. Humanity is stumbling. How many times has humanity stumbled over the millennia that we've been around? Who the hell knows? But we've gotten through it, right? I'm ready for us to break out on the other side and get through this.
Break on through to the other side.
Man,
yeah.
we as a society need more shit or less shit to worry about and more shit to be grateful about than all of what's going on right now. And I'm not trying to get political. I'm just saying, you got sickness, you got people who think their opinion matters and it doesn't, people whose opinions don't matter, but they really should, or think they don't matter, but they really should. I mean, it's just odd. And maybe I'm not even making any sense.
You're making 100% sense.
But it's just watching society stumble is killing me.
Now think about this. Here's an effect of that, right? That's the cause. Now here's an effect. When you talk about these people, which for the record, when you reference doctors and people that you said that have done far more than you, No, they really haven't. They went to school and found a job, and that's all they've done their whole life. Now, you lived a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your life is much, well, they're both rewarding if you're saving people's lives or popping zits for a living or something. But when you talk about the breakdown of communication.
But are they rewarding if you're saving people's lives?
I don't know.
See, that's the thing.
I don't even know. But see, think about this, though. So when you're talking about the breakdown, these groups, these people can't even have just a nice structured conversation about things. They can't. I have liberal friends that, man, we have some of the best conversations in the planet because we're thinking of things and talking at an intellectual level, right? But now when you have a separation where you can't have conversation, so now things start to become their own compartments in themselves of groups of people, right? So now what compartment is going to be the one that is going to get closer and closer and closer to the one dictating the decisions for society? Because as society breaks and becomes compartments, everything in our reality becomes much smaller.
Yeah.
And that one compartment is going to sooner or later be the decision-making compartment for societies. And it's crazy how the thought process of an entire society can flip in less than a decade, just depending on who your teachers are, who your leaders are, who your whatever are, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And we talk about this with those experiments, Ron. And people think it's crazy because we're not just talking about a conspiracy theory. We're saying, you know what? Listen, be aware and be alert because since the 20s, they've been doing scientific experiments to absolutely mastermind the way our brains work and how to keep the flow going.
Or absolutely mastermind how to make your brain work.
100%.
And look, I will say it until they put me 6 feet in the ground. Social media is going to be the downfall of the human race.
Toxic.
It is completely toxic these days. Look, use the internet for what the internet was built for, information. But now you can't even search the internet for information and expect it to be reasonably correct.
Right.
But social media, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, I'm sorry, the Twitters, the especially Twitter, good Lord, is a cesspool, and will be the downfall of the human civilization.
Sure
and
will.
I hate that.
Well, so when we talked about that,
We're all going to be sitting at some point.
Yep.
All of our kids and our grandkids and great grandkids will be sitting in a room with these freaking goggles on, or some ocular implant. Just
your
texting.
eyeball.
Yeah, just talking to each other via text.
You text just by winking.
They won't be words. There won't be any spoken words anymore. You won't go out. You won't shake somebody's hand. You won't. I mean, it's just, come on, dude.
Yep. And what was I going to say?
I don't know. I cut
You got me all fired up because you got me thinking about eyeballs and implants in the eyeballs. Oh, God, I think what I was going to say was really good, too. Oh,
social media.
Yeah, social media. When we talked about that 9-month-old and the mouse and then the smashing of the pan every time the mouse touched them created a lifelong downloaded fear and actual hatred towards any white animal or stuffed animal. So what social media is, even though I love some of you guys on there, I really do.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, I'm not lying. Some of you, I just love watching your posts and your sarcasm and your fun. Those are what attract me, right? Not the crazy. If I want to get deep on stuff, I got avenues we can go down, and it doesn't have to be sitting here on social media doing that, even though there's times I want to say shit. But social media is the new pan, and we are all the 9-month-old baby. And social media is creating all these fears and illusions and false realities, and people have become savage, bro.
Yeah. I mean, and look, we're talking about aliens, right? Extraterrestrials here. Here, you can have him back. Extraterrestrials apparently will not come to this planet, make themselves known, if I'm understanding correctly, because we're in the state of mind that we're in as humanity right now. Now, let's just say that the governments across the world are all going, well, let's see, how can we get humanity to get back on track again? Let's tell them that the extraterrestrials won't come and visit us until we all pull our heads out of our asses. Maybe that'll work. Nothing else has.
That would be kind of cool if that's how we actually had to go out in public.
With our head up our ass.
Yeah, it would kind of
a
be
lot
like
of people
giraffes,
do that. A lot of people do that now.
Yeah,
Or
I
they
try.
have their head up somebody else's ass. I don't know.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I got chills.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they have their head up somebody else. Look, I mean, come on. Maybe I'm just living in a bubble right now. I don't know. But
could you imagine looking out your window and some dude is jogging down the street and he's dragging behind some other person with their head up his ass? And the dude just kind of flopping behind him.
See, that's the funny part is nothing would surprise me.
No,
now.
you'd be like,
wow, that was weird. Okay, next.
all right. So that last week or the week before we heard those gunshots,
Yeah, near your house?
literally, dude, it was like,
Oh, wow, that was gunshots.
and that's it. I'm back to my ghost show. and I kind of got mad at myself for that because, what if somebody was in need or distress?
Yeah.
I mean, I could at least call Ron. You all right, bro? See, I opened up can whoop ass. See, that's what I do.
No,
Ron
dude,
didn't know.
so you didn't know we were getting deep thoughts in the first
I
half
knew
hour
we were,
today.
bro.
Stop touching me.
That's why I wasn't looking for no articles.
No, deep thoughts in the first half hour of Thursday night shows. Okay, so that's what's going to happen, I guess. That's what
Ladies and gentlemen, deep thoughts in the first 30 on Abnormal Realities.
deep thoughts in the first 30. Ooh, I like that.
Dude, I come up with shit, bro.
Yeah, deep thoughts in the first 30.
Deep thoughts in the first 30. Abnormal Realities.
Interesting. All right.
Look at you going all
So
deep.
we are going to be taking a break here in a second. We're going to hear that same damn promo you've been listening to for the last, 6-8 weeks. I got to fix that. I'll change it. But tonight you're getting the same promo. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll change it. But after we come back, we're going to talk about an Air Force technician. Come on now. It was probably whiskey. An Air Force technician saw UFO and shadow people near nuclear weapons at a U.S. Air Force
See,
base.
dude,
so
I'm
we're going to
telling
talk
you.
about that a little bit.
Shadow people could be terrestrials.
Kind of freaking weird, but there have been people claim to have seen UFOs over military installations that have nuclear weapons,
I believe it's really common, actually.
and that they've shut them down, turned them off.
I got to say, there was one thing I was disappointed with yesterday.
What?
That the statistics of anal probing is lower than I expected. It just kind of bothered
People
me a
got
little
tired
bit.
of talking about getting something shoved up their ass.
No, because I got visions.
you have visions.
Yeah, like I'm
Why
going
do
up.
you have a vision?
Dude, I got visions like ET's finger probing me, and my belly button looks like a strobe light at a disco club.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's
Take
just
us
what,
home, baby.
That's just
Take
what,
us home.
what I need to be thinking about going into a break is somebody sticking something up Rocky's ass.
ET, bitch, is phone home.
All right, guys. UFOs, shadow people near nuclear weapons coming up after the break. Abnormalrealities.com. Go out, check it out. We'll see you guys in 2 minutes.
At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logo designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and we'd be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Abnormal Realities.
All right. So let's see. Oh, this is a cool one. You may affect magnetic phenomena that makes credit cards unreadable after you've been carrying them. Do you have a problem with your credit cards?
I do not.
He is not a slider.
I'm not a slider.
All right. And number everything that's no more numbers.
What are you doing? I'm just thinking about how much of a train wreck we are.
Give me a hug.
No, I'm not hugging you. God, how long is this show gonna go? I can't believe you got to the end of the story and you went, humana. There are no more numbers. What?
I thought there's another one. I tried playing it out. It rolled over on me.
Abnormal Realities.
I Every time I look at the clock, the break gets further away. I don't understand.
With Ron and Rocky. 8 p.m. Eastern, Mojo 50.
Boom! Welcome back to Abnormal Realities, folks.
It's off a little bit.
You were off a little bit. I'm Ron Phillips. That's Rocky
How you
Stucci.
doing?
That's Rocky Stucci.
How you doing?
Oh, I see something.
What do you see, bro?
What is that?
What
is that? What the hell is that? I know what that is, Rocky.
Oh, it's Jam.
What's
My
up,
man.
Jam?
Bro.
Shout out.
No, I see my boy. We call him Jam. Jamathan. You know, I don't think I've even called him by his full first name, but he goes by Jam, right? He's part of the crew.
How you say his first name?
I think it's Jamathan. I don't know. See, I'm probably wrong. And now I got to go look at him.
Jamathan?
Jamathan.
Broussard.
Kind of sexy. You know,
What up, fellas, he says.
This dude has this walk, you know, when he walks. And then he'd be like, yo, what up, bro? I'm like, what's up, Jam?
Hey, thanks for watching the show tonight, dude. Appreciate it very much. You know I don't know you yet, but I will.
I'm gonna give Jam a shout here really quick, Ron, because I kind of told you during the break.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain times, you know, when life does weird things, right? Without getting into anything, it just does weird things and it puts people in really weird predicaments. And sometimes those predicaments are not of your doing. Okay. And so in those predicaments, there's situations, and the situations is either to make or break. You know what I mean? Fold, get to your knees, or march forward and try to make it happen. So this brother was put in a situation, and you know what? It was a lot of stress. It was a lot of pressure. I believed in him from freaking day one. He's a good dude. He has a huge heart, and he comes from a lot of worlds I recognize. And anybody to go from that to this and to make things happen and to step up in such a high-stress situation and smoke that shit, 100% respect right there.
There you go.
Love you, Jam. Great job, man.
Good job.
Come on. He said already, guys. I think that's the way he talks. I can hear him. He'd be like, man, already, guys, already.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Does that mean shut up, stop talking
I don't
about
know.
me?
It could be like already, man,
All
already.
right. Let's just get into the story so we can talk about other stuff later on. Air Force technicians saw a UFO and shadow people near nuclear weapons at an Air Force base. This is not a brand new story, folks. This has been around. Former U.S. Air Force technician guarding nuclear weapons, Adam Reister, spoke about the glowing balls.
Wait, what? Say that again in ear right.
He spoke about glowing balls.
Glowing
balls.
Dude, that would be so cool.
Hovering around a military base in Missouri in a creepy encounter with a shadow man, reports the Daily Star. An Air Force pilot reported strange unidentified flying objects that were believed to be interested in objects with nuclear weapons.
Dude, I got to interrupt for 1 second.
Right, yeah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you right in the middle of midstream there, Ron.
Oh,
it's just like why somebody's peeing and you say you got to stop peeing, you know.
You're hooked on glowing balls?
Dude, I am literally picturing myself coming out of the shower and literally I got those bright green balls and my bathroom lights off.
I don't know what this was. I wasn't playing with Rocky's balls.
I'm illuminating the bathroom.
The hell was that?
With my balls.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Okay.
Dude, thank you.
I was like,
thank you.
Did you feel that?
Dude, I got goosebumps.
Okay, Reister served at Whiteman Air Force Base, Missouri from 03 to 07. The military man had extensive knowledge of the aircraft that were operated at the base. During his service, he twice saw UFOs that behaved like unearthly aircraft. The team in which Reister served provided security for nuclear weapons at the base. Soldiers have been trained in handling them as well as ensuring security when moving nuclear weapons inside the base. Reister said that he watched the movement of one of the nuclear warheads at the Whiteman base. Then he noticed a glowing ball hovering at the top of the tree. Reister suggested that it could be a satellite.
I just want to let you know
no idea
that
what the hell that just said.
Effing Florida man says Ron's spirit hands made the evening.
Thank you. You're welcome. When the transport team arrived to secure the weapons, quote, the ball bounced a little in the sky, then moved north, then bounced up and disappeared. Sometime later, he saw another luminous ball emitting a yellowish white color. You should get that checked.
That's an infection, bitches. All right, go get your shit looked at. You know what I mean?
Speaking to Liberation Times, he said, Quote, I noticed a light or orb hovering along the top of the tree line. I thought it was just a star at the time, but as I continued surveilling the area, the light or orb shot above the treetops and hung there for some time. Maybe it was a satellite, I thought. But then, just as a transport team arrived to secure the weapon, the orb bounced a little in the sky, then shot to the left or north,
That's right.
then shot 90 degrees straight up and disappeared.
And the only thing they could hear was this.
But that's not the strangest thing Reister has encountered while serving on a nuclear weapons base.
Son of a bitch.
In the summer of 06, while working a night shift servicing a mock bomb, a nuclear technician encountered what he calls the Shadow Man. First, he heard footsteps, but they didn't sound like standard combat boots. It looked more like a mysterious intruder walking around the base barefoot. Hearing footsteps once again, Reister got up to investigate and encountered something inexplicable. He said, I saw what I can't really describe as other than a black mass in the shape of a person standing at about 6 feet tall.
But
not really a shadow, but something that was slightly blurry and didn't reflect any light.
and still had weight.
Yeah.
Still made sounds of the footsteps. So it was still, even though it was in a different realm of existence or intelligence or whatever it may be, it was still somewhat in our physical. It still had mass.
Yeah, he said he came face to face with a Shadow Man in a heavily guarded base where it is almost impossible for an outsider to gain access to its secret interior zones without being seen. Ooh. So, we've talked to people on this show that had stories. Scott Wolter talked about, the aliens. They saved us from killing ourselves with nuclear weapons many times, apparently.
Yeah. Because they put us here.
And they have shut down nuclear weapons over and over again.
They are protecting their investments, Brother Phillips.
Describe their investment.
They put us here. We are their farm.
Okay.
We are their farm. They made us in a lab and they just threw a couple little specks onto the earth, and they're watching us now. They're saying, wow, we effed up. You need a hug?
No.
Dude, I am willing right now.
I know you are. You're always willing to give me a hug.
Yes, sir, I am.
You're welcome. All right. Your story.
What? I don't have a story.
What?
Actually, I do.
Okay. I knew you did.
But nothing to read by.
All right.
Okay, so who was it?
Me.
Peach. It was Peach. She got a hold of me the other day, and she watched an episode of Kindred Spirits.
Georgia Peach.
Yeah.
Jamie?
Yes.
Okay. Kindred Spirits. All right. Go ahead.
I don't watch that show a lot. I don't know what it is. I just don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Don't know. But I do watch it, and I'm not saying it's a bad show at all by any stretch of the imagination. So they went and investigated this location where there's a tragedy and somebody burned and daughters and kids, and it was a super rich family history. It wasn't a bad, dark, sinister type of place.
Okay.
And this is what they theorized as a conclusion. The mother that passed away was in the house. The daughter that passed away was in the house. But they believed that even though they were both there in spirit, that they weren't on the same plane of existence. So they could not, they're like in a different world.
Okay.
Like we are in a different world. And so it's not like they could see each other.
So
or
they weren't
communicate
interacting with each other.
No.
At all. Okay.
So they did that experiment, where they put the blindfolds on, and then they put the sound canceling earphones, and then the spirit box, and they both did it at two different points in the home. And their experiment is to try to have the mother come through and try to have the daughter come through and allow them to be the conduit of the conversation. And so neither one of them knew what the other one was saying because they both had the headphones on and the spirit box is
I got
going.
you. Okay.
I gotta say, now I understand TV, I get it, but what I know of these two people, Adam and Amy Bruni, is they're really not going to do a lot that could jeopardize their reputation.
Okay.
Right? They've been through a lot already. They broke off of ghost hunters. So there's this weird thing, there's certain people you have certain trust in, right? When it comes to publicizing evidence.
Okay.
So they conversed with one another, and it came off. I know that what that perception was created. We were all expecting it, right? But if truly what they each were saying, they were having a conversation with one another, and they didn't even realize it. The thing she was saying was spot on with what he was saying, And it was like a mother and daughter talking to each other. What are your thoughts?
Well, did you watch the conversation?
I watched the whole show.
Okay, so give me some insight into the conversation.
Okay, so first I'm going to say that you can never go anywhere professionally and say that that is actual evidence.
Correct.
You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
I agree. Yeah.
So you have to be open to the possibility that this technique actually is working, right?
Okay.
So I want to be super clear about that. So they were mad because they didn't know if the mother committed suicide. Somebody just burned one of the kids, caught on fire in the house, I think the daughter, and she died. And I think it was like 2 weeks later, the mother came down the stairs just like at that house, that kind of stairway, and she made it to the first landing, and she drank this acid, or that's what the story is. So
Okay.
nobody got charged for murder, nothing like that, and they kind of thought it was a suicide. They never knew if it was a suicide or not. Did she purposely drink this acid? Did somebody spike her? You get what I'm saying? So you have all these unanswered questions. And it was the mother and the daughter were having a conversation like they loved each other, but there was still that, I'm mad at you for leaving me, right? I'm mad at you
So
for
there
dying
was
on me.
spirit animosity still.
There was spirit animosity still.
Okay, that's odd.
Do you believe?
But was it a coherent conversation?
You have to just watch it. And
It's called Kindred
think,
Spirits?
I think we can legally, because we're using it for
Yeah.
this, that we can legally, as long as we post where it came from
Mm-hmm.
in the networks, that we can show clips of the show as media, right? We should share some of that because it's a very controversial conversation. You know, I mean, am I truly going to go to a house owner and give them this narrative and say that, yeah, we put on these headphones and scanned radio white noise, and they came through the radio white noise and they talked to us, and this is the conversation and this is your conclusion? Anybody and everybody with an intellectual ability to think, anybody in the academic community will not even consider even a conversation with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's controversial. So, I mean, you either believe that there's spirit exists, period, and then you believe that some of the sources of communication that we use are effective. So there's two, you know, and then do you believe that these spirits that were once us and interacted human to human all the time now is separated and has very minimal contact with you, and it's never any answers, you know, like what we're looking for, right? It's usually, help me, I hate you, demon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why? So what changes in our conscience? But then you bring up stuff like this, and you talk about shadow people, because that's a whole different realm, a paranormal or whatever you want to call it, because there's shadow figures that have weight, that make sound on the floor, but it's energy. And then there's different types where, you know, you talk about the orbs. I believe in them. I believe that there are, a lot of them are fake, and we can break all that down. But
dust particles and stuff.
I
Yeah.
do believe that there are glowing anomalies that do exist, and that's like spiritual energy. I do believe that. Super critical thinker on that, for the record. I don't think everything that's dust is a ghost.
Season 6, episode 5 of Kindred Spirits.
Yes, I think it's the newest one.
Yeah. Thanks, Holly.
So
Season 6, episode 5.
that opens up this huge tidal wave of conversation, because you can go so many different directions. You know, just the conversation of different existences in the afterlife.
Yeah.
You know, like, so does my grandma and grandpa, I mean, do they even know they're dead? Is my grandpa over here because he don't know, because he's in a different plane of existence than my grandma? Will they ever see? Will we separate in different existences when we go? You know, is that real? Or why is it like that? So now there's layers, you know? It's like a freaking lasagna of freaking realities, man.
This is about. I'm about to get real deep.
Do it, bro.
With this statement.
You got time.
Check
too.
it out, though.
Hit it.
Real deep. Here we
Come
go.
on. No coffee left.
Is it not weird? And maybe weird's not the word. But is it not weird that I'm going to talk about two things here? Is it not weird that, number one, we have, as a human being, this innate ability to know we're going to die, but not let it worry us every day? And two, is it not weird that we don't know what's going to happen when we do die, but we don't let it worry us every day? That's odd to me.
That's deep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Keep going.
It's why do we as humans not think every day about the fact that we're going to die? It's inevitable. We don't get away from it, right?
So some do. Some go on search of death to understand it.
Yeah, I got that.
Some are
But
so
it's-
afraid
but-
of it that
but-
they never even want to discuss it.
I understand that. And does that mean that they're afraid of death?
Hell yes, a lot of people are
All
scared
right,
of death.
they're afraid of death, knowing that it's coming, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's inevitable.
Can't
so
stop
just
it.
live your life
Yep.
till it happens.
Or some people will live their life in fear of it,
But see, okay.
and it controls their life.
But for the most part, we as human beings have put that mental block in that we don't live in fear of it, right?
Dude, I got to
Every
tell
day.
you, my mom.
We worry about it. Don't get me wrong.
right.
You know, we try to do better. We try to.
You know what I fear about death? The thing I fear about death is leaving the people I love. You know what I'm saying? Because you always
Yes.
want more time with them.
Yes. Or leaving something undone.
Or
That's
leaving,
for me. Yeah.
Hey, come on, brother. We
Yeah.
got to get to work.
Yeah.
I worry about, my children, because they're all slightly on different spectrums. So I don't know, none of them really kind of went out into society yet. So they really haven't felt the viciousness of life because they've always been under daddy and mommy's protection. I worry about their well-being and who's going to look out for them. And I made my boys sign a contract to make sure that every Christmas, no matter where you guys go in your life, that every Christmas in one form or the other, you guys are together. Because that's the most important time for me. I love Christmas and I think it's special. And
Yeah.
I think retail has completely destroyed it's destroyed that. It's destroyed Thanksgiving. You go back to society and you look on Thanksgiving night how people are trampling over elderly people because they have to save that $50 on a TV and they don't care about the
You're
well-being
talking about
of
Black
another
Friday.
human. Black
Yeah.
Friday. So you destroy Thanksgiving and you destroy. I mean, how many people hate Christmas because we ain't got the money to be buying all this shit all the time. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I don't know. People are weird.
No, and I get that, but it's this constant search for what is there. What is there when we close our eyes for the last time? What is there? And that's the thing for me is this is that search that people have been on since there have been people, right? If you're a godly person, you're a Christian, then you're told in the Bible what's there. But do we know? Okay, and of course there's faith. God, please don't get me wrong in what I'm about to say. Please don't rip me apart. That's not. I'm just saying. Has anyone ever brought back any type of evidence of what happens when you close after you close your eyes for the last time? No, they have not. Despite what they think, what you think, near-death experiences are not evidence of what happens. So nobody has brought back evidence, and nobody ever will bring back
Why
evidence.
would people get mad at you for that?
Because I started off into the religious
I
side
don't
of it.
give a shit.
No, and then people, I get it. People, look, we all have.
Dude, we can go.
That's
the
what this
religious
show
road.
is about, though.
Yes.
The fact of the matter is I can say what the hell I want
Hell
to.
yeah, you can.
It's but you know, I'm not saying anything about religion because I want you to disregard it. I'm just saying no one has ever brought back evidence of what happens after you die. Period. And people are always looking for that. Now, we've heard of past life regressions, through hypnotism. We've heard of near-death experiences. But is that evidence? No.
When you look at religion, I've thought about this before. And
Is
again,
religion.
right, there's no conflict in my belief and the manufactured part. I have a complete separation between man's religion and my religion and my soul and heart, right? Does that make sense?
Management of religion. Is that what you said?
No, I have a relationship.
Relationship.
Right.
Sorry.
So I've thought about any religion.
Okay.
But let's just because the one I'm familiar with, because I grew up Roman Catholic, when you grow up and you continue to be promised this beautiful place and you get to play cribbage with grandpa again and it's this bright, shiny, golden city, right? So you this visual of heaven, okay? You think about the controlling of populations because if you're kind of bad, you may not be able to go there. So you need to behave as a population.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you do this, then, but no matter how bad you are, right at the last minute, if you want to call me and repent, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
That's the thing that sticks in your craw, I guess.
Well,
It's how does that actually work?
The hypocrisy is weird.
Yeah.
I understand the psychology of it. It goes all the way back to Moses. Okay. This is not a cut on religion, but it is definitely a way to control populations. Islam does it. Buddhism does it. Christianity does it. It's not a singular religion. You go back. I'm not even going to get into it. Don't even want to say it. Just take it back. Ooh, okay. Brian, go ahead.
No, I'm thinking to myself, we are told what will happen as people who are still in this realm and on this earth. Mm-hmm. We are told what has happened to someone after they die.
We have no idea.
But we don't. And we're told that to make the people who still live on this earth feel better. Because we don't know what's going to happen. But do I have faith about what will happen to me and my soul? Of course I do. And you probably do too. But we don't know as a scientific community on this planet what happens to the human soul, because for the love of Pete, there's got to be something.
I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm
There's got to be something about the human soul. If you're a brain surgeon or a heart surgeon or an astrophysicist, and you just take a small look at things, you realize that, oh, hell, all of this had to come together a specific way. All of it. And it's all grouped together by a soul. If you can figure out what is going on with the human soul, then you'll have the answer.
Ladies and gentlemen.
God, where did that come from?
Filippo!
Because love. Thank you, Whiskey.
Do you ever get mad at yourself?
All the time. What do you mean?
For living a life of the narrative, and as you...
I get mad at myself for not having made decisions that I knew I should have been making at the time I made them in the past. And realizing that even if I were to make those decisions today, it doesn't change the trajectory that I'm on.
It really does.
Does it?
Yes.
How do you know I'm not already on a good trajectory?
You are. That's my point.
But how do you know? There's nothing that tells you that if I made a different decision that it would change my trajectory.
The decisions you made, good or bad,
okay,
it put you right where you need to be.
Correct.
And the decisions you're making now are going to continue to put you on a better path as you progress in life.
But how do you know it's not the path I was already supposed to be on?
How do you know it wasn't? How do you know it wasn't? No, I don't care. You don't.
I asked you first.
Because there's not an answer, so it comes down to belief, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does. It comes down to
I'm
belief.
with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
Manifestation. I believe in that. I believe in the universal laws. I believe in all that shit, man. The power of the face.
These are the things that when I'm laying in the bed at night after being fully rested and I'm staring at the damn dark ceiling because shit, my body's not tired. And I'm just looking at the ceiling thinking, what if? What about this? And these are the thoughts that come out. So sorry about Deep Thoughts Thursday night,
bro.
But it's fun. These are the things that we know other people think about too, right?
The first 60 of Deep Thoughts on Abnormal Realities. Bitches.
Hey, that's what it is. Abnormal realities. I mean,
dude, I love talk like this, bro. I'm kind of freaking horny right now.
Do you, but we got about 4 minutes, but probably can't get into this.
We can.
Do you ever catch yourself, and some people can do this, I do it once in a while, catch myself in that realm between sleep and wake.
Yep.
On my way to sleep, not waking up.
Wow, interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
Catch yourself in that realm where your thoughts are more lucid about things.
That's where my dad sees things.
Yeah. Yeah, but your dad's on the waking up side.
Correct.
I'm talking about the going to sleep side.
That's unique, bro.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Because I can lay in the bed and realize my brain tells me you're falling asleep, you're going to sleep, and my thoughts just get crystal clear. Ooh. Now, whether they're good thoughts, bad thoughts, thoughts about what I need to do right, do wrong, whatever, they're probably just random thoughts, but they're very lucid.
Wow, like tell us, dude. Tell us a really good juicy
I don't
thought.
remember them.
None?
Is that not weird? I who was it the other night that was telling us they block out, their thoughts are blocked out? Oh, it was
Nancy?
No, it was
Raphael?
no, Doc Skinner.
Doc Skinner.
Yeah. He you remember he used to have nightmares?
Yep.
But he's blocked them out over time. So have I.
Dude, I go into a
But
world,
I know for a fact that I can think, and there are some times where I'll be sitting at my desk the next day and boom, a thought will hit me and I'll go, shit, I thought about that last night. So I'll scribble it down.
You ever have deja vu?
I have had before, yeah. Have you?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
I mean, I think most people do.
I think deja vu is more than just like deja vu. I think it was either in a dream, somehow downloaded into your subconscious.
Kathy says
somewhere.
that's when you get great ideas and forget them by morning. Thank you,
That's
Kathy.
it.
That's what happens.
Yep.
I always have great ideas. I remember that. My ideas are fantastic. Because, I mean,
And they gone.
and they're gone.
They're
I
back
mean,
up there somewhere in the universe.
And people talk about put a notepad next to your bed.
Hell, that's a lot of work.
Who the hell wants to freaking wake up from
Yeah, they're
that?
like, oh, yeah.
To go, okay, shit, let me write this down
Then
and
I'll
then
be like,
try to go
"Oh,
back to sleep.
I better
Nobody does that.
Go take a leak, go have a smoke real quick,
I guess. Who is it? Audrey says you should see Doc's whiteboard that he writes his thoughts on. Yeah, I probably should get a whiteboard.
Yep. I go deep, bro. I mean, I have vivid dreams every night, and some of you guys do too.
Interesting.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well,
Get a whiteboard. We'll call you Whiteboard Phillips.
yeah, I'm not sure I want all my shit written on a whiteboard for everybody to see. People will be like, okay, let's get him locked up.
But you
pretty
don't
soon.
write that stuff. So.
What do you mean? What do you mean that stuff?
Or just
What
stretch
is
the
that
story a little bit, just to kind of give you the reminder. You know what I'm
Kathy
saying?
says she's got a recorder for those moments, but do you wake up and record yourself?
Yeah, just be like,
That would be dumb for me.
yeah, this is Rocky.
My wife would be like,
22nd.
would you shut the hell up and go to sleep?
I had a dream that E.T. had his finger up my butt, and the light was coming out of my belly button, and the room looked like a disco ball.
Yeah, there you go.
And I liked it. Thank you, Texas.
All right. Guys, go to InsaneCustomTumblers.com, RomikaDesigns.com, AbnormalRealities.com. These are the three sites that me and Rocky kind of revolve around on our daily basis.
It's a gang sign.
Yeah. And, there's, we've got hopefully some good things coming up in the very near future. We're trying to make some decisions on about 4 different major things.
My decision's already made.
For us, for the show, for you guys, for things moving forward. He says his decision's already made.
I say let's do it. He
but
says,
hasn't
but we need to
thought
talk
all
about
the way
it.
through it.
We got to
yet.
talk about it. No, dude, let's just do it. F it. We ain't scared. We're lions,
Thank you for
bro.
joining us tonight, and for all of our ramblings, Rocky Stucci, take us out.
Folks, damn it, we're lions, and we're going to conquer the damn world, and we're going to do it together because we love you and you love us, and we're a great damn family. That's all I'm saying. AbnormalRealities.com, InsaneCustomTumblers.com, and RomikaDesigns.com. Folks, from our family to yours, much love, much respect. Until tomorrow night, may God bless you. And may
Love you.
God bless America. Good night, everybody.